Hello everyone, this is part 5 of What If Naruto Was Like Edward Elric in Fullmetal Alchemist, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Oh Kami Eiko-chan. That feels awesome. Asterisk giggles asterisk you're welcome Naruto-kun, wow, you are really tense. Eiko, I'm still tense too, come back over here and do me again. No Joshiro-kun, I just finished you off, you're good for a while, I can't do anything so soon between times. Sakura had her ear to the door of Team Joshiro. Sasuke and Kakashi had left to continue his tree climbing training while Blank was up and downstairs with Mikhail waiting on Eiko. As she had asked where the two remaining genin, Naruto and Joshiro, had been that morning, she was told by Blank that they were still upstairs being worked on by Eiko. Now listening to the sounds coming from the room, she had had enough speculation. What the hell is going on in here? Sakura kicked the door in to find Joshiro off to the side with a look of longing on his face. Looking across the room, she saw Naruto laying stomach first on his futon with a smile on his face. Eiko was sitting on her knees on Naruto's back, pulling him up by arms, stretching him out. Naruto took note of Sakura first. What's up Sakura-chan ? Are you okay ? Everyone in the room looked at Sakura with a confused look as she looked embarrassed. But I heard, but it sounded like. Eiko edged her eyebrow before explaining herself. Naruto-kun and Joshiro-kun were still pretty much paralyzed when we all woke up this morning. I know Kanashibari no Jutsu, temporary paralysis no Jutsu, and what happened to them was just a more severe version of its effects. I know how to counter its effects too, so I was just stretching them out where the pressure was the worst. Poor Naruto-kun here is more worse for wear though. Naruto smiled at the girl as she got off of his back. I'm okay Eiko-chan, you fixed me right up. I have to say it one more time because it warrants saying, that was awesome. Eiko winked at him as she left. Anytime Naruto-kun, I better go though. Blank and Mikhail-sensei have been waiting for a while now. See you guys later. Sakura stepped into the room as Eiko left. So you guys are okay now, right ? Naruto stood up. Yep, I'm still a little stiff but nowhere near as bad as yesterday. Eiko-chan stretched all the kinks out. I can actually go with you to protect Tazuna today. Naruto walked over to Joshiro, who was still laying down. Come on big boss, get up, you're fine, let's go get Tazuna and go. Joshiro shut his eyes. Nah, don't feel like it, you go. You should be enough. Naruto fumed. Big boss, stop being a lazy fuck and get your ass up, you have a job to do. Joshiro sighed with his eyes closed. No random hero, that's where you're wrong. My mission isn't to protect Tazuna, that's all you. My mission is to back your ass up in a fight. I did that. As far as I'm concerned, anything else would be overachieving. Besides, Kakashi gave us the parameters to rest today. I'm taking full advantage of that. It's not my fault you have the attention span of a mongoose on speed and would probably be bouncing off the walls all day. Sakura giggled and Naruto growled as Joshiro continued. You and Pinky go watch out for Tazuna, and don't worry, I'll relax enough for the both of us. Fine big boss, whatever, I hope you get bedsores on your ass you lazy pervert. With that, Sakura and Naruto went downstairs to grab Tazuna. Before turning to follow Sakura down the stairs, he caught another sight of the little boy in overalls. As they reached the first floor, Tazuna was putting on his work shoes for the day. There you are Sakura, and Naruto, shouldn't you still be in bed ? Naruto shrugged. Meh, bed rest is overrated. I find a good walk can clear your body as well as your mind. Naruto and Tazuna both put on big grins and began to laugh. As the trio walked through the village to reach the bridge, Naruto felt the need to comment on the state of the village. Man, Tazuna, when you told me what Gato was doing to this place, I didn't think it would be this bad. This is terrible. How can anyone knowingly do this to someone? Tazuna looked back at the boy. Naruto, men like Gato who only live for themselves don't care what happens to those around him. As long as he can line his wallet with gold, the ends justify the means with him. Sakura spoke while walking between them. I don't consider Gato or people like him men. They're monsters. This is terrible. Tazuna nodded. Now you all see why we need this bridge to be completed, to free this land of Gato's chokehold. Naruto clenched his hands into fists. Tazuna, I swear to you, you will see this bridge completed, even if I have to build it my damn self. That is my vow to you and to this country. Tazuna nodded, fearing the emotion in his voice. Sakura just looked at the boy in awe. Naruto, how wrong could we have been about you? As they reached the bridge, Tazuna saw his workers look quite disenfranchised. Hey, what's the matter? The bridge will be complete within a few days, a week at most. It's right on schedule. What's the matter? One of the workers walked up. Tazuna, it's Gato. He sent his men to our houses to threaten our families again. He said they'll come for us if we don't quit building the bridge. Tazuna grinned at the workers. I've got a surprise for you all then. I've hired ninja to protect us while we build the bridge. One of the ones I hired has gone head to head against two of the ninja Gato hired. A worker yelled out, what happened? Tazuna smirked and looked at Naruto. The first one he gravely injured and forced to retreat. The second one wasn't so lucky. He's dead now after tangling with him yesterday, and he's standing right here. Naruto rubbed his nose and grinned. Or Tazuna, it wasn't that big of a deal. The workers were stunned. This little kid killed one of Gato's ninja? Naruto looked at him. You do know that even though we're kids, we've been trained to do this kind of thing for years, right? As long as we're here, you won't have to worry about Gato's thugs, I promise. Tazuna began breaking the crowd up. Alright, you heard the boy, let's get started. You all know what to do, get to work. Sakura looked at Naruto. Naruto, what should we do? Should we help them? Naruto shook his head. No, Sakura-chan, they should do this themselves. It's their home that they're doing this for. We can't let them rely on us. Relying on others is what started this. We're just here to make sure they pull it off. We're on guard detail, which means we're playing the waiting game. Sakura looked on as Naruto went to sit on a railing alongside the bridge. Naruto, when did you change? Were you always like this? She walked over and sat next to him on the rail. She saw him just staring at his bandaged right arm. Sakura's curiosity was piqued, so she tapped Naruto to get his attention. Naruto, I have a question. Well, actually, I have a few questions. Naruto broke his gaze from his arm to smile at the girl. Sure thing, Sakura-chan, shoot. She smiled sadly back at him. Naruto, why do you call me Sakura-chan? You've called me that ever since we were in the academy. I don't really treat you that well. Why do you call me that? Naruto looked out among the workers before answering. It's because of how I saw you when I first entered the academy when we were young. I saw you talking and laughing. You looked so nice. You are a nice person, even if you don't act that way towards me. I call you Sakura-chan because I keep hoping that one day you'll actually consider me a friend. Even now I'm sure you don't. Sakura looked down and Naruto continued. Like for instance, I bet the second we see someone from home. Be it Sasuke. Hell, if you were nice to me the entire way home and then we got back and you saw someone like for example, Ino, what would you do? Sakura wanted to say she wouldn't turn on him like that she would really consider him as close, but in all honesty she knew she would. Naruto sensed this. You would probably hit me or tell me to get lost, because I'm not one of the cool kids. I'm orphan boy Naruto, the dead last, the bottom of the social ladder, but it's okay. If you can't like me for me, then I won't force it on you and I won't change. Sakura looked at him sadly. Naruto, about my second question, what happened to your right arm? It's been wrapped up for as long as I've known you. I know you said it was an old injury, but I'd like to know exactly what happened, and what's wrong with it. Naruto smiled as he subconsciously grabbed his right arm. I'm sorry Sakura-chan, but that's just not something I'm ready to share with you yet. Maybe if you can get my trust I can find a way to tell you, but my trust isn't given, it's earned. You're going to have to do something pretty big to get my trust after 5 years of mistreatment, you, and everybody else. The two sat in silence while the workers were busy with their tasks until Sakura spoke again. Naruto, Joshiro, the one you call Big Boss, is he really your brother? It's just everyone says that you're an orphan, that you don't have any family, you don't know any of them, so why does he call you his ototo sometimes? Naruto chuckled. Wow, you sure are interested in me all of a sudden, huh? Sakura looked down again. It's okay Sakura-chan, I'm glad you are, better late than never. No, he's not my brother, you're right, I don't have any real family at all, but as far as that goes, he's damn close to the real thing I'd assume. He's always been there for me since I was 6. He's done things for me that I can never repay him for. He gave me the tools to protect myself, gave me a stable home, he gave me set of rules to live my life by, he gave me something as close to a family as I'm ever gonna get. He paused to look up. Aiko-chan and Blank are just like a brother and sister should be, I think. Blank treats me just like Jushiro, almost to the letter. And Aiko-chan, she's so nice to me, I don't think Aiko-chan has ever yelled at me or hit me or anything, and all three of them stick up for me, even when it becomes physical. Yesterday is a good example. Big Boss could have left me to fight Rhaegar alone, I was the target after all, he could have ran. But he stayed and fought with me, he was almost killed alongside me, it's always been that way, and that's why I'm so loyal to Big Boss, because he's loyal to me, he's precious to me, he's the only person who ever gave a damn, and he's the only person that truly has my respect. Sakura spoke, the only one ? Naruto nodded. Hokage, Gigi and Kakashi are the two that are the closest, but they aren't even close to Big Boss, especially Kakashi, if anything he's slipping in my eyes. But enough about that. XXX. The two genin patrolled the bridge looking for any sign of trouble or danger for the better part of 4 hours until Tazuna called for a lunch break. Tazuna took off with the majority of his men as Naruto and Sakura stayed on the bridge. It didn't take very long for them to finish their bento boxes, which left them with nothing to do for the better part of 45 minutes. Lazy fucking Big Boss, I'm bored as hell, Sakura. I can't even train or I'll end up destroying part of the bridge, and I can't take patrolling this bitch one more time. Sakura wasn't really much better off. Calm down, Naruto, and watch your language. The next time we have guard duty we'll just bring cards. Naruto was suddenly inspired. Hey Sakura, how about we spar ? Would you be up for that ? Sakura thought about it for a moment before remembering Aiko's words from the other day. She also remembered the fact that he had gone up against 2 Junan-level shinobi and come out on top. No thanks Naruto, I think you're way above my level. Naruto smiled at her. Well, I have an idea on how to fix that, let's go, follow me. Naruto took her to the shore underneath the bridge to spend the remainder of the time teaching her water walking. Sakura, a quick study, picked the technique up very quickly. At the end of the lunch break, Sakura was beaming as she returned to the worksite with Naruto. You see Sakura-chan, you have way better control than me, you picked it up in like 15 minutes, it took me hours. Sakura nodded, thank you Naruto, but why did you teach water walking to me ? Why not teach me and Sasuke ? Naruto yawned, because you didn't order me to teach you anything. That team on the other hand demanded that I teach him my best skills. I feel like over the course of the morning you changed a bit. You haven't yelled or hit me all day. I just thought that I should show you that I appreciate it. Besides that, Sasuke can't even tree walk yet. It would have been like trying to teach a crawling baby how to run. As the team returned to the bridge, they saw all of the workers waiting outside of the gate. The kids heard Tazuna speak, you can take your cronies back to Gato and leave our worksite. We have a job to do, damn it, and it's going to get done. Naruto and Sakura pushed to the front of the crowd to see Tazuna shouting at 2 men. Both men had swords, one had white hair, and a stocking cap, the other had an eye patch and weird ponytails, he was shirtless which made him show off his scars. Well Waraji, the old man says we should leave, what do you think ? The scarred man laughed, I think we should make an example out of him just like we did to his son-in-law Zori. As the 2 men moved towards Tazuna, a clap was heard followed by the concrete of the bridge shooting out from in front of them, forming a fist punching the 2 thugs backwards into their backup. What the fuck? The men looked on as the hand turned over and gave them the finger. You idiots want to beat up on an old man ? Maybe beating up kids will be more your speed. Naruto and Sakura ran forward and stood in front of Tazuna. Tazuna-san, move back behind the line. Naruto and I can handle this. Tazuna nodded and walked back towards the other workers. The thugs smirked as the ringleaders stood up. Waraji palmed his hilt. That was a nice trick, you little brats. You won't get lucky twice though. Naruto snickered. That wasn't luck, you punk ass. That wasn't even my best shot. The thugs growled in anger. I'll cut you to slabs and your pink-haired bitch too. All of the thugs followed in as Naruto and Sakura simply jumped over them. As they heard a clap, they turned around and saw a huge pipe coming out of the bridge pointing at him. You tell your fucking boss Gato that he better bring more than a few pussies like you with dull swords to fight Naruto Uzumaki. With that he clapped and placed his hands on the pipe, forcing gallons of water to blast from the pipe with crushing pressure, drilling the thugs and pushing them far back over the workplace line. Tell that bitch I'm coming, and he won't know where and he won't know when. The only warning he'll get is my heel on his throat. As the thugs got up and ran, the workers cheered the two ninja. Tazuna ran up to them. Kids, that was incredible, you beat them without breaking a sweat. Sakura looked joyous, however Naruto had a serious look. Tazuna, that guy said something about your son-in-law and making an example out of him. What was he talking about? Tazuna flinched and told the genin about the story of his son-in-law, Kaiser, and how he was killed by Gato. By the story's conclusion, Sakura was near tears while Naruto's gaze stayed firm. I see. Thank you for telling us that, Tazuna. Sakura, you stay here and escort Tazuna home. I'll see you both there. Naruto began walking back to Tazuna's house at a slow pace. XXX. Haku came into Zabuza's room with a middle-range communicator. Zabuza-sama, an important message for you from Gato himself. He says it's urgent. Zabuza grumbled while standing up from his bed. What the hell does that miserable dwarf want now? Haku shrugged. He refused to tell me. Zabuza cursed as he took the receiver from Haku. What do you want, Gato? You said I have a week to kill the bridge builder. It's only been 2 days. Gato sounded panicked on the other end. Zabuza, get to my headquarters immediately. My men were easily crushed by one of those ninja you fought. He said he's coming for me. His name is Naruto Uzumaki. You need to get here and protect me now. Tazuna's death isn't more important than my life. Zabuza sighed. Fine, I'll be there by tonight. You get the rest of your men ready, and I'm in charge once I arrive. No compromises. We do this my way. Gato sounded attentive. Yes, whatever you need to stop them, you've got it. Zabuza smiled under his bandages. Good, I'll be there shortly. Zabuza chuckled as he turned his communicator off. Haku, this will end very soon. It's almost over. Haku smiled. Yes, Zabuza-sama, we can stop running soon. XXX. Naruto marched into the house with a purpose. Sparing a short greeting to Tsunami, he marched upstairs where he knew Kakashi would still be. Opening the door to his room, he found Kakashi and Mikhail. The two Junan gave Naruto a strange look as he entered. Kakashi spoke quickly. Naruto, aren't you supposed to be with Sakura watching Tazuna? Naruto nodded. Yes, but I'm here for a good reason. The bridge was almost taken over by Gato's thugs today while the workers were at lunch. Kakashi asked another question. What happened? Naruto continued. Sakura and I scared them away, but this won't end anytime soon. They won't stop. Not as long as Gato is paying them. Even if we are training for Zabuza, after the battle ends, Gato will just come in and pick up the scraps like a vulture. He'll kill whoever wins, us or Zabuza. Mikhail spoke up now. How do you know that, Naruto? Naruto sat down to speak. Because Gato is scum, and scum like Gato wouldn't pay someone like Zabuza even for a job well done. He'll kill him once he kills us and Tazuna, no matter how well he does it. Kakashi nodded. Yes, perhaps, but what do we do about it? Naruto punched his palm. We just take out the source of all the trouble and end it all in one move, nip it in the bud. Kakashi and Mikhail exchanged a look. Naruto, this is a huge gamble. Fortunately for you, one of the plans we made up involved sacking Gato's headquarters and killing him to end all of this. Mikhail walked up to the boy. I sent Blank and Eiko out to find Gato's HQ. They've been gone for a few hours now, but they should be back soon. Kakashi walked towards Naruto. I'll go get Sasuke and tell him to rest up for this evening. We'll tell Sakura and Tazuna when they return. She shouldn't be too tired. Did she fight on the bridge? Naruto shook his head. Not really, I took him out with one move. She didn't fight. Kakashi I smiled at him. Very good, Naruto, now you get some rest. We'll need you for tonight. Kakashi left to head downstairs. Mikhail gave the boy a nod before he left the room. As he took in the information he had just received, he noticed the sight of the little boy again. He stopped in the doorway and gave Naruto a glare before running away. Naruto sighed in frustration. That kid was beginning to piss him off. XXX. As the remainder of the ragtag squad returned home, Kakashi let Sakura and Tazuna in on what would be happening that night. The knowledge of the attack got a worried reaction from Sakura. She wasn't so sure how she would do in a real-life combat scenario. Up until that point, the boys and Kakashi had done all of the fighting. Tazuna was overwhelmed with emotion. The man who had been raping the wave economy for years would finally be dealt with. Sasuke had been excited at the prospect of another fight. He resolved to prove his superiority over the alchemy-using brothers. Blank and Eiko began explaining what they had discovered about Gato's fortress. It was a converted factory 20 kilometers southeast outside of Tazuna's fortress. It was surrounded by makeshift batteries used for early defense, but seeing as how Blank and Eiko easily slipped past them in the daylight, it would be child's play at night for ninja to infiltrate such a shoddily protected facility. Kakashi set the plans out. Okay, this should be simple. I will break us into 3 groups. One to handle any thugs attempting to enter the facility when the fireworks begin, another to break off in case Zabuza is somehow there. The last group will continue forward to Gato themselves. The group that will remain outside to mop up the foot soldiers will be Blank, Eiko, Sakura, and Sasuke. A few genin should be more than a match for a few dozen bandits. The group that will stall Zabuza will be myself and Mikhail. The final group that will press on in such an event will be Jushiro and Naruto. Any questions? Sasuke raised his hand. Why am I the one that has to stay outside while the Dobe goes in? I am an Uchiha. I've been training for the last 2 days. I should be the one going inside. Blank and Eiko shook their heads. Even Sakura had a look on her face. Jushiro was about to grab Sasuke and smash him again until he was interrupted by Kakashi. Naruto is going in because unlike you he has shown that he is fully capable of exceptional teamwork with his partners. I know this from personal experience. From his fights with Reiga and Zabuza he has shown that he can go up against a superior opponent and is capable of winning. Add that to the fact that he and his brother have been training together for years, and from what Mikhail says Jushiro is far stronger than you. I don't see how I could possibly pick Naruto over you and be considered sane. Sasuke fumed in silent anger when Mikhail spoke up. We depart at midnight. Relax, set up your team dynamics, check your gear and be ready for battle by then. You have 4 hours. As he finished, Anari came out of nowhere. Why are you all doing this? Do you really believe you can beat Gato? He's too strong, he'll kill you all. He shouted with tears in his eyes. You should never have come here. As he finished, Jushiro and Naruto began to laugh, angering Anari. What are you laughing at? What's funny? Jushiro stopped laughing. That's what I said to someone the other day right before Naruto, and I killed him. He screamed like a little bitch, just like you. Anari had tears in his eyes. What do you know about this country? You have no idea what I've lost. You all laugh and joke and argue. My life is serious. You all know nothing about how hard life can be. Naruto snorted and walked forward. Let me play a fucking song for you on the world's smallest violin. I know nothing? You know nothing, you're just a. When I was your age life was shit, shitty house, shitty clothes, shitty food, shitty treatment by those around me. I had no one for the longest time, and when I was your age, Naruto knelt down to his ear to whisper, I had my fucking arm cut off by a man from my own village. Naruto pulled the tape off of his finger for only Anari to see the metal appendage. Anari recoiled in shock as Naruto fixed his wrapping and ran upstairs. Naruto looked at everyone else. Sorry Tazuna, Tsunami, I went too far I think. He trailed off, walking out of the front door. Sakura asked, what was that? Jushiro shook his head. You want to know? You have to ask him. I'm not in any position to tell you his stuff. But I doubt he'll tell any of you. You haven't earned his trust yet. Jushiro walked upstairs leaving the others in silence. I'm going to go get his head right. It wouldn't do to have him fly off the handle during the battle. XXX. Midnight came and this saw the 2 teams led by Kakashi and Mikhail sprinting to the forest. Along the way the teams assigned to their jobs broke off into the groups while staying in the pack. As the factory came into sight Kakashi called for a halt. Okay, listen up diversion team, you stay hidden out here until the fireworks begin for us inside. When the guards begin rushing towards the building they will come in force. Remember, just because they're not ninjas does not mean they aren't dangerous. They are grown men that are not adverse to killing you. They will make up for their quality in quantity. Move quickly, dispatch your enemies with haste and watch each other's backs. Just because you have not worked together before does not mean you can't work together. Keep as many as you can from entering the stronghold. In the need of a quick escape you are our way out. Got it? He got 4 nods in affirmation. Now for the plan for my group. Mikhail, myself, Naruto, and Jushiro will infiltrate the stronghold. We will go for as long as we can without setting any alerts. However, if we do, we are counting on the team outside to keep the plan from going straight to hell. In the event that we encounter Zabuza, Mikhail and myself are to engage. Naruto and Joshiro, you two will continue on to Gato's quarters and finish him off. When you do, report back to us and we will escape. Joshiro patted Naruto on the shoulder as Naruto spoke. No problem, Kakashi, I've been waiting for this for days. As Blank, Eiko, Sasuke, and Sakura remained hidden in the trees, the group of Kakashi, Mikhail, Joshiro, and Naruto ran up to the front of the building. As they opened the front door and ran inside, Naruto made a comment. There's only one way in and one way out. How stupid is he? Why don't we just burn this place to the ground or blow it to smithereens? Kakashi answered his blonde student, because if we are discovered, then at least we can fight our way through to Gato if push comes to shove. If we try to burn the building down and are discovered, then not only will we not get an opportunity at Gato, who knows how he'll retaliate? He could take his men and try to raze the village to the ground. At least if we're caught here, we're already close enough to push towards him. The group ran ahead as they realized something. They had yet to see a guard, a sentry, or even a random drunken thug. No one was in sight. Eventually, as the group made it to a large open room, probably used for machinery when the factory was active, deja vu set in. A haze set itself in the room, sensing the same feeling he felt at the lake before Naruto decided to expose his theory. Zabuza? A deep laughing was heard throughout the facility. Well, it looks like I was right about your blonde brat, Kakashi. He really is more trouble than I first thought. Being able to kill Raiga like that is no small thing, but he's in a whole nother ballpark now. Kakashi immediately lifted his Hatei 8 to reveal his Sharingan just as Mikhail set himself in a stance to fight. Joshiro. Naruto. Go. Head on up and find Gato. The boys nodded as they took off through the misty room, leaving the Junan to battle Zabuza alone. Mikhail, keep your senses sharp, he's a master of the silent killing technique. Mikhail nodded and scanned the room for their enemy. Kakashi was confused, however. Zabuza, when the boys ran off through the mist, why didn't you try to stop them? You just let them on through. Zabuza's voice echoed through the room. I don't quite know, Kakashi. Maybe it's because I hate Gato. Maybe I want the kids to kill him. Or maybe it's because I finally understand what I was doing wrong. Kakashi spun around rapidly looking for a sign of Zabuza. What do you mean, Zabuza? Going about what wrong? Zabuza spoke again. I was going about getting rid of that blonde kid the wrong way. Raiga and myself fought the kid like berserkers. We were not surgical whatsoever in our assault on him. He didn't falter or show any signs of fear once. From what I could see, he was completely reserved the entire time. Kakashi thought back to Naruto's words in the classroom on team assignment day. I fear no mortal man, woman, or beast. Zabuza continued. I figured that in a straightforward fight against the boy one-on-one would be far too much of a hassle. Add in the fact that he had effective backup and you have a case of 2 regiments of foot soldiers clashing. Only one side had artillery support. I decided that I had to take a different approach. XXX. Big boss, this place did not look so fucking big from the outside. Where is Gato? Joshiro and Naruto kept sprinting through the corridors of the building, heading higher and higher until reaching a huge set of doors. Well, Runt, this has got to be it. Let's hurry up and finish this roach so we can get Kakashi and Mikhail Sensei and get the hell out of here. Naruto smirked evilly. With pleasure, he punched his palm and kicked the doors in. Gato, come on out. It's time to pay for your bullshit. They walked into the office. You might have gotten away with this if I wasn't assigned this mission to protect Tazuna, but let me be clear, whenever I found out about this shit, be it a few weeks, months, or years after the fact, I'd have shown up to beat the fuck out of you anyway. That's very interesting, a voice called out. If Gato were in here, I'm sure he'd be trying to bribe you with whatever he could to get away right now. Unfortunately, he isn't here right now. Naruto and Joshiro tried to look for the voice, only to find it was coming from the speakers on the walls. He's in a panic room built on the roof of this factory. You should both leave here. I would hate to have to kill you too. Naruto rose his eyebrow. Well, that's a refreshing change of pace. Usually our enemies brag about how they're gonna kill us. Joshiro nodded. Yep, I have to say, it's nice not having to fight someone so bloodthirsty for once, but Gato must die tonight. Naruto clapped and placed his palms to the floor, forcing a pillar to shoot up and blast through the ceiling. The brothers then leapt through the hole to the rooftop to find the masked Hunter Nin from the first battle with Zabuza. Naruto spoke casually. Hello, Hunter Ninja. It's been a while. You're looking well, from what I can tell. Joshiro walked forward. Okay, since it is quite obvious to all in attendance that you are not a damn hunter nin, could you show us what you actually look like? If we're gonna fight, I'd like to see your face at least once. After a nod, the mask was removed. As you wish, you are correct. I am not a hunter ninja. My name is Haku. The boys took over the features of the girl in question. Long black hair, brown eyes and a kimono. Naruto chose to break the observation period. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew you were a girl. You didn't smell like a killer. You owe me your mission payment, big boss. Joshiro grumbled as he reached into his pocket and handed Naruto an IOU. Fucking attentive brat. You didn't tell me you were close enough to smell her when we made the bet on the gender asshole. Haku's sweat dropped as the two continued to fight. You didn't fucking ask me. You just asked what she looked like with the mask on, and you made the bet. You thought that all hunter nin had to be dudes, and that was your mistake. Joshiro went nose to nose with Naruto. I was thinking chivalrously, you little punk. Naruto rebuked him. No, you weren't. You were being ist. Misogyny and chivalry aren't the same. Don't mix 'em up. Haku cleared her throat to get the brothers' attention. If you are done arguing about my gender, I believe we should begin our battle. Naruto and Joshiro blushed and set themselves into their fighting stances. Joshiro was noticeably flustered. Sorry, Haku-chan, we didn't mean to imply that you're weak, or that you carry yourself like a guy. You're actually very pretty. I'm just used to guys wearing masks like that. You shouldn't hide such a pretty face from the world like that. Haku gave them a smile when Naruto spoke in a hissing whisper. Big boss, stop flirting with our opponent and think. How the hell are we going to fight her? We'll break the code if we go all out. We might even kill her. Joshiro smirked and whispered back, hey, don't fret, she can't possibly take the both of us. We'll just play it by ear. Don't try to kill her or hurt her, just incapacitate her, okay? The brothers still spoke too loudly as Haku chimed in. I'm glad you two won't be trying to kill me, but you should still go all out, because I will be. She put her mask back on and disappeared from their view with blinding speed. XXX. Outside the factory, the rest of the team was sitting on their hands. Blank, Eiko, and Sakura sat still in the trees waiting for anything that would alert Gato's men. However, Sasuke was pacing along the forest floor impatiently. Just how long will we have to wait to fight? Blank looked down at the boy. Hopefully we won't have to fight at all. As long as it's quiet, then it's all going according to plan. If we have to fight, then it means that the guys inside fucked up. It's all quiet, which means I have a better chance of sleeping in a bed tomorrow instead of the ground dead. Sasuke continued to pace and grumble. Eiko looked at Sakura. What the hell do you see in him? That's the guy that's better than Naruto? He's a grumpy asshole. I swear you younger girls have weird taste in guys. Sakura's sweat dropped and continued to scan for enemies. XXX. Kakashi and Mikhail didn't have to wait long for Zabuza's attack. He came in for multiple attacks from all sides of the two Junan who were standing back to defend and pinpoint his location, without much luck. Kakashi again scanned the room, hoping to find Zabuza before he got too close. His Sharingan did not help him see through the thick mist in the room. It only really served to help him with his last-second dodging and parrying attempts when Zabuza came into sight. Mikhail, on the other hand, was not moving, not looking around. He simply reacted to Zabuza's movement. When he came in to attack him, Mikhail would attempt to grab him by his wrists and begin his close-range mauling. However, Zabuza was far stronger than his lanky build let on. He had to be. He swung his big-ass sword like a ribbon. Needless to say, Mikhail's counter-grapples were broken whenever he made a motion to grab the swordsman. Mikhail, I can't see or hear a trace of him. Can you pick anything up? Mikhail grunted in response. That's what I thought. Zabuza had picked a much better venue to engage them in this time around than the lake. The fact that the floor was concrete made hearing Zabuza's footsteps more difficult than if they were outside. The other aspect of being indoors meant that the wind couldn't shift Zabuza's mist jutsu around. When they fought by the lake, the wind blowing had been an advantage. It allowed the mist to dissipate over time, improving visibility. As long as they were inside, the mist was stagnant, a wall of haze. Damn it, I should have put either Naruto or Joshiro with me to fight Zabuza. At least I could get him to use his alchemy to shift the concrete around. That's it. Kakashi turned to Mikhail. Mikhail, start manipulating the concrete. Mikhail smirked and nodded as he slammed both fists into the ground, crushing the floor and causing a tremor. It left the floor with a jagged shockwave crater around the Konoha Junan. Well, it's a start. Now let's get serious. Kakashi dashed off to hunt for Zabuza in the mist. The only sign of battle Mikhail could tell of was the sound of kubikiri hockey and a kunai swiping and clashing in the distance. Mikhail closed his eyes and focused his ears. He heard footsteps running at him as well as metal dragging across the concrete. Apparently Zabuza was done with stealth and was reverting back to hacking away at targets. As Mikhail heard Zabuza charging in from a mile away, he shot his shoulder out, knocking Zabuza off balance before trying to follow through with a rolling back elbow. This however was missed as Zabuza hopped back. Kakashi reappeared next to Mikhail as Zabuza chuckled, "That was very good, that shoulder counter of yours dislocated my shoulder." Zabuza snapped his limp right arm out to the sound of an audible crack before shaking it out. Kakashi ran back in to engage. As Zabuza pulled his sword out front to block the kunai slash, another tremor was felt as Mikhail punched the ground again, forcing Zabuza to stumble. Kakashi stayed upright as he had channeled chakra to his feet and landed an uppercut to Zabuza. Zabuza grabbed his chin. "Well, this sucks. What the hell was I thinking?" Thinking that this would work against two Junan, copy Ninja Kakashi and the Bear Nin of Konoha. I must be retarded. XXX. Big Boss, where did she go? Naruto scratched his head while standing in his stance. Joshiro's eyes were scanning the rooftop. "Hell if I know, Stumpy? Just stay frosty, alright? Haku's voice was heard. "That's the best non-intentional pun I've ever heard. Sensatsu Susho, 1,000 flying water needles of death." Multiple needles formed from the atmosphere and rained down on Naruto and Joshiro. The brothers dodged with wide eyes as the needles of ice crashed into the rooftop. The boys looked at each other, then looked at Haku before speaking simultaneously. "I thought you said you weren't going to kill us." Haku responded, "I assumed you would dodge, and I was right." Her mask obscured her face, but the boys could tell she was smiling underneath it. "Alright then, come on brat, game on." The brothers ran criss minuscross towards Haku. She threw Senbon at Joshiro, forcing him to dodge. Naruto kept running as Haku pulled out a Senbon to stab him with. Naruto lifted his concealed arm and blocked her stab. "So sorry Haku-chan, but you can't hurt this arm. You've got to do better than that to beat us." Haku lifted her free arm. "Okay, how about this then, Naruto-kun?" She began making one-handed hand signs. "Sensatsu Susho." Naruto looked up and saw familiar needles hanging overhead. Letting out a girlish shriek, he was saved from an icy, needly death by Joshiro tackling him out of harm's way. "Whoa, runt. She can make one-handed hand signs? Didn't see that coming." Naruto fumed from the ground. "I think I noticed, Big Boss. Or did the spiky-ass needles over my head not tip me off? Joshiro pulled Naruto back to his feet as both brothers looked at Haku. "Alright Haku-chan, that was really close. You almost turned random hero over there into a Connect 4 set. I can see you're serious about stopping us." Naruto clapped his hands and began to drag his left across his right until his brother stopped him. "What? Why'd you stop me, Big Boss? Joshiro put his hand down. "We made her a promise not to kill her, didn't we? One don't think blade arm would be a very safe weapon to use, would it? Naruto lowered his head. "Besides, runt, she doesn't need to see your arm. If she lives, it won't make things easier later." "Alright, boss." Naruto clapped and forced the concrete on the ceiling to shoot out at Haku. She dodged right into a kick to her body by Joshiro that sent her flying across the roof. Naruto ran towards her again, leaping and trying to drop a punch. Haku rolled and jumped backwards right into another attack from Joshiro that sent her to the other side of the roof. The brothers were using her like a ping-pong ball. As she stood, slightly dazed between the boys, she saw them both rushing her in a pincer attack. Naruto slid at her with a low dropkick. As she jumped over it, she took a flying knee to the back from Joshiro. After picking herself up off the ground once more, Haku had decided that enough was enough. She resolved to put an end to their battle as quickly as she could. Makuhushu, demonic ice mirrors. Using the atmosphere around them, Haku formed a dome of mirrors around the boys made of ice. Naruto looked lost. "What in the hell? Big Boss, what is this? She can make ice? Joshiro looked equally befuddled. "I don't know, little guy. All I know is that it is cold as hell in here." Haku slipped into one of her mirrors, her reflection showing in them all. "This is a technique born from my Kekai Genkai, Hyoten. I can form and manipulate ice, kind of how Naruto-kun does with rock." Naruto rubbed his head. Actually Haku-chan, that's not a Kekai Genkai, it's not even a jutsu, but what are you going to do now? She picked up Senbon in her hands. From here I can move between all of these mirrors at will. You two work well together. Naruto-kun, you are slower than your brother, so you use that to set up tandem attacks by distracting the enemy and letting him attack. Your brother is very fast himself, but in here Naruto-kun, your lack of speed will be your downfall, because now I'll show you what speed really means. Haku began pelting the duo in needles. Joshiro was dodging easily. Naruto was having more trouble but was picking up the slack by blocking the unavoidable ones with his auto-mail arm. Damn it, Haku-chan, I'm just glad I learned how to fight with this thing. Joshiro had had enough of defending. Naruto, smash these mirrors now. Naruto clapped and placed his palms to the roof, shooting concrete at Haku's mirrors. Upon making contact, the mirror cracked but quickly regenerated. Damn it, it didn't work, big boss. Naruto shouted as he dodged the incoming needles. A vein bulged on Joshiro's forehead. Duh, Naruto, I'm not blind. Naruto ran to the mirror and tried to punch through it with his arm. Not only did it not even crack, but Haku appeared and pelted the boy with needles. The ice is formed and reinforced by my chakra. You can't break it like that. Naruto rose to his feet. I think I noticed Haku-chan. Joshiro transformed his ring to his cestus. Try this then. He ran at another mirror with a punch. Haku, seeing his belief in the punch, stopped him with a wave of needles before he reached one. Haku peppered Joshiro with needles and kicked him back to the center of the dome. Joshiro slowly rose to his feet. Damn, Haku-chan, you don't play around, do you? Those needles smart. Haku's reflection appeared in all of the mirrors once more. Please surrender. I really don't like hurting you both. I'd prefer it if we could both walk away from this, but I cannot allow you to pass. Zabuza-sama cannot fail this mission. The brothers stood back to back with defiant looks on their faces. Sorry, Haku-chan, but we can't lose here either. The people of this country need Gatogon. If we could, we wouldn't fight you either. You seem like a genuinely good person. My kind of girl too. Fast, strong, kick-ass powers. And you're a hottie. I'm sorry, but we have to break through. Joshiro smirked as Naruto steeled himself. Haku picked up more senbon. It seems that we must come to blows once and for all, it seems. I would like to know your name, seeing as how I already know Naruto-kun's. Joshiro smiled. Joshiro Moyomoto, at your service. I see. I'm sorry, Joshiro-kun. Naruto-kun, I cannot let you leave here alive. Senbon flew from all angles at the pair, despite blocking their fair share. Both had ended up taking well over a dozen each. Damn, hey Runt, I'm starting to get sluggish movement. I hope you have a plan to get us out of this, because I've got nothing. Naruto pulled a few needles out. I've got one move left. I just hope Zabuza didn't tell her about me, or else this shit won't come close. It might actually kill us. Joshiro pulled out a few himself. Hell, just do it. She's gonna kill us anyway, so we might as well take a shot. Naruto shrugged. You better be ready with my cover. Here goes. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, Shadow Clone Jutsu. The dome filled with clones of Naruto that immediately rushed the walls of the dome. As Haku threw her senbon to stop them, Joshiro's transmutation chakram circled the dome, taking out a good chunk of her needles. A bulk of Naruto's clones reached the walls and with a simultaneous cry of boom, blew the ice dome to bits, sending Haku flying towards the panic room of Gato. Fuck yeah. That was fucking crazy. I swear to Kami, big boss, that was not supposed to work. I just took a shot in the dark. Man, I wished we had thought of that from the start. Maybe then there wouldn't be stuck with needles in my ass. Naruto said while pulling senbon from said body part. Kid, I only think that worked because you waited so long to do it. She seemed considerably slower than normal, and her mirrors shattered way too easily. Joshiro and Naruto walked over to Haku, who was slumped against the side of the panic room. Are we done, Haku-chan? ? She looked up sadly. Yes, I cannot defeat you too. Keeping the mirrors up and repairing them from your attacks took lots of chakra. Eventually you would have overwhelmed me regardless. Joshiro smiled at her. Yeah, about that. For future reference, don't fight this kid in a battle of attrition. You can't win. Now that that's over, let's go get Gato's bitch ass so I can get Eiko to give me a massage. Kami, I'm sore. Wait. The boys turned their attention back to Haku. I only exist as a tool for Zabuza-sama. I have been defeated by you too. He has failed in his mission. There is no more need for a broken tool like me. Please finish me off. Naruto looked on in shock. Joshiro fixed her with a hard gaze before heading to the door. No, I won't do that. You may not see it, but there are many things you are meant to do. Being a slave for your life is not one of them. Haku looked down sadly. Knowing her pleading would not help, Joshiro tried the metal door to see it was stuck fast. Ototo, a little help here? Naruto jogged over to the door, clapped his hands and placed them on the door, making an entrance. After hearing a cowardly cry, the boys walked inside. Gato, come on out and we won't fucking kill you. We'll just throw you in prison. Naruto shook his head. Big boss, that might be worse. You know what they'll make him do in prison? Toss the salad. Shit, I'd rather die than that. Joshiro nodded and cringed as they heard an unfamiliar click. At a turn of their heads they saw Gato holding a weird metal increment pointing at him. Hands up, you ninja scum. Don't know what this is, do you? This, my backwater friends, is a pistol. It's all the rage far out west, expensive too, but I always knew I'd need it. Joshiro gave him an admonishing look. You don't want to do that, say you actually do shoot one of us. You don't seem to be so good with that thing. Whoever you don't shoot will fuck you up before you ready it again. Gato shook in his boots, before calming and smiling. Well, let's just say I'm calling your bluff, now. Pow. Naruto and Joshiro were set to rush forward after finding out who was shot until a blur rushed in front of Naruto just as Gato pulled the trigger. Looking up, Naruto saw a familiar kimono with long black hair in a bun at the top. Haku-chan? She turned around with blood at her lips and a smile on her face. If I couldn't serve Zabuza-sama effectively any longer, I resolved to protect those pure of heart like you, Naruto-kun, you, and your brother Joshiro-kun. Joshiro looked on in shock as Haku collapsed to the floor. Haku-chan, no. The boys dropped to her side, forgetting Gato was in the room. He took this time to slip away. Joshiro opened Haku's kimono to see blood seeping through her wrappings. Shit. How the fuck do I fix this? I need Eiko. I fucking need Eiko. Naruto sat in shocked silence watching his older brother do anything to help this pure soul of a girl survive. Haku-chan, she took the hit for me, it was supposed to be me, it was supposed to be me, it was supposed to be me. Joshiro felt the pressure in the room increase as he saw a faint red glow around Naruto. Instead of fearing it, he felt inspiration. Naruto, look at me, Naruto. His Ototo's sharp gaze shot to him. Joshiro immediately noticed the blood-red pupils. Listen well, go get Eiko, fuck the plan, fuck her position and job for the mission. You go get her and bring her here as fast as you fucking can. You got me, go. Naruto rushed out of the room onto the roof with his red aura whipping around him. He ran over the edge and down the side of the factory with a speed he never knew he had. XXX. Of all the bullshit situations. As the battle with Haku on the rooftop was climaxing, back inside, Zabuza had found himself in a very compromising situation. After his stealth advantage had been neutralized by the massive strength of Mikhail Florian, he found himself slowly losing ground in the fight. Mikhail had eventually punched a hole in the wall to suck out the mist, leaving him exposed against two Junan. He fought on for an extended length of time, but all involved in the fight knew that nothing short of catastrophic meltdown would keep the numbers game from taking effect. Zabuza thought he had turned the tables when he cut Mikhail across the body. But this was just a part of their final checkmate. Kakashi secretly summoned his dogs to the scent of Mikhail's blood as they dug through the rubbled concrete, softened earlier by Mikhail's hammer fists to the ground. Upon discovering Zabuza, they bit down on his limbs, pinning him in place in a general WTF moment, as this was almost exactly the position he was in during the first battle, kunai being substituted by dogs in this case. I can't believe I thought this shit would actually work. A 2-on-1 fight against Junan. Wow, Zabuza, what a gem of an idea, Zabuza said to himself as the dog's jaws set in deeper. Kakashi went through a few hand signs as he spoke. Yeah, not really the smartest idea, Zabuza, especially since our two genin probably killed Gato by now. Zabuza, seemingly unfazed by the crackling death in Kakashi's hand, continued making small talk. Maybe, I mean, if those two were the ones who beat Reiga, then Haku never had a chance. I just hope they left her alive. She wouldn't have killed them even if they had tried to kill her. Kakashi I smiled. Reikiri still in grasp. Don't worry about that, Zabuza. Those two wouldn't kill her, but you won't ever find out if you don't surrender now. Zabuza tried to shrug, but with a big-ass dog taking a bite out of your shoulder, it's kind of hard. Fine, it's over. Get your damn dogs off of me already. This is awkward. Dispelling the dogs, Kakashi and Mikhail walked over to Zabuza to collect Kubikiri Hoki. Zabuza, whose arms were utterly useless anyway, did not object. Alright, now let's go get our kids before they kill each other. The crushing pressure of a chakra very familiar to Kakashi and Mikhail filled the room. Kakashi and Mikhail looked at one another in worry. Let's hurry, Zabuza. I don't want to find out how close to the truth I am. XXX. What in the hell is that question mark? Blank said as Eiko and Sakura jumped to his branch overlooking the factory. What is it question mark? Sakura and Eiko said together. Blank shrugged. I don't know. Blank allowed the girls to see what he saw. It started as a red flash atop the factory. It began moving down the wall and ran towards their location. Before anyone could even gasp, Naruto landed on their branch. Eiko-chan, come with me now. We need your help. Hearing Naruto's crackly roaring voice only allowed Eiko to nod dumbly as he picked her up and took off back towards the factory roof. Sakura and Blank sat in silence until Sasuke, who had felt the presence, landed on the branch. What the hell was that question mark? Sakura and Blank looked at him and spoke. Naruto. XXX. Joshiro was almost hysterically trying to stanch Haku's bleeding but was unable. What the fuck? Why won't it stop bleeding question mark? Just as he was about to scream, Eiko and Naruto appeared right next to him. Eiko looked to be shell-shocked, but Joshiro pulled her by the wrist to the ground. Eiko, this girl needs your help badly. Can you stop her bleeding question mark? Eiko snapped out of it. Maybe. What happened to her question mark? Gato pulled a gun on us. He was going to shoot Naruto, but Haku jumped in the way. Eiko recoiled. A gun question mark? Where did he get a fucking gun question mark? She shook her head as she reached into her satchel and pulled out tweezers. I need to pull the bullet out before anything. Give me some room. Joshiro stood and grabbed Naruto. Naruto, go fucking kill Gato. He'll just do this to someone else. Take his ass down now. Naruto growled as he took a whiff of the air before tearing from the room. Gato's scent fresh in the air. Before diving off of the rooftop to the ground below, he was seen by Kakashi, Mikhail, and Zabuza. Mikhail could only say one thing. Naruto question mark. Kakashi shook his head looking for the others before seeing Joshiro through the open panic room door. Joshiro, what happened here question mark. Joshiro stopped pacing and motioned for them to come over. As they got closer, Zabuza's eyes widened. Haku. Kakashi began grilling Joshiro. Joshiro, what happened? Why is Eiko here? What happened to this girl question mark. Joshiro gave Zabuza a sympathetic look. Don't worry Zabuza, we didn't do this. Kakashi, I got Naruto to go get Eiko to help Haku-chan. Zabuza was enraged. What happened here? Gato pulled a gun on us when we cornered him. A fucking gun. He was going to shoot Naruto when Haku took the shot for him. I sent him to go get Eiko to help save her life. Kakashi still had one more important question, but Zabuza seemed to want to know the answer more. Where is Gato? Joshiro smirked darkly in response to Zabuza's rage. Don't you worry about that. I don't think anything you'll do to him will be close to what Naruto will do. Kakashi and Mikhail exchanged another look, neither wanting to be the one to find Gato's body. XXX. Gato had been running through the forest for minutes now. He knew what to do. He had avenues of escape all over the place. His closest was at the pier near the factory. As long as he could escape, he would make Wave pay for hiring those damn ninja that had come so close to taking everything from him. He saw the water in the distance. He was so close. Damn it, why was he so out of shape? The sound of leaves crunching and twigs snapping seemed to be out of rhythm with his own hurried steps, but he was too close to safety to worry about that. Breaking from the dark of the woods, he turned to run towards the pier, his private yacht in sight. He would make a clean getaway after all. As his foot first touched the wooden dock, he was smashed from behind by a powerful force, sending his dragging face first across the wood, putting splinters in his face and cutting him up. He whimpered pitifully as he began to crawl forward. He dared not look back to see the eyes of his predator. A stomp to his Achilles tendon that shattered the wood under it forced him to howl out in pain as he turned to grab the useless foot. He looked up to see the face of the boy he had tried to shoot in the factory. The child had a bloodthirsty look in his eyes. As Gato fumbled for his revolver in fear, he was slashed across the face and neck until the boy gripped the hand holding the gun. Jerking the short man to his feet by his arm, he straightened his arm out and punched his elbow, bending the obviously broken limb at a 90-degree angle. Gato screamed in horror and anguish as he fell again, begging off, hoping beyond all hope that this monster was intelligent. No. Wait, please stop. You don't want to do this. I'm rich, I'm powerful. I can get you anything you want in the world, just name it. Money question mark as long as I'm here you'll never run out. Women question mark with my money and status and your strength the women will be spreading their legs all for you. You want land, status question mark what the fuck do you want? Naruto grabbed Gato by the neck, his choking gasps were music to his ears as his fingers dug into his neck. Tears formed in Gato's beady black eyes as they met Naruto's red ones. Naruto scratched his whisker marks, what do I want, question mark him, oh. I know, how about this? I want you to scream bitch. Naruto wrapped both hands around Gato's neck, squeezing on it like a tube of toothpaste, for 20 long seconds before Naruto's blood-soaked hand dropped Gato's headless body he smirked, he had gotten his wish. That will be all for this video, be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos, goodbye.